Waka, what's up, and welcome back to the channel for yet another FC Finch Transformers review. And yeah, we got some downtime, so we're going to be doing a pseudo oldie but a goodie yet again with the Transformers. This one came out a little while ago, and we can look at it. FT-45 Spindrift, which is their Spindrift 2.0 from Fans Toys. They did a previous one, and they didn't like it, so now that everybody's about this tune accurate thing, they went back and redid their Spindrift. And of course, this is a take on a masterpiece mini bot Seaspray from season 2. And yeah, this is one of those bots that, again, he does nothing for me. I use a completion buy, and I'm doing it just so I have every character in season 1 and season 2 in the movie. And yeah, it's a completion buy, but believe it or not, the action figure will surprise you. So we're going to take a look at it, and since we didn't do a formal unboxing, since I got this before I even started the channel, we're going to take a quick look at the box. So of course, we have that nice art of Seaspray doing Seaspray things, or Spindrift doing Spindrift things. I got him in his alt mode there, a nice hovercraft FT-45 Fans Toys 2020. So this is a few years, wow, 3 years old already, wow. FT-45 Spindrift, FT-45 Spindrift on this side, FT-45 Spindrift on this side, and then of course we got the hovercraft on the top. Look at that, nice animation, by the way. Same thing with the bottom, and then on the back we of course have all the product shots and a nice bio. You can pause and read right now if you like, and there is some of his other Fans Toys mini bot buddies, and there we go for that. And then of course we do have Dino Cat off to my side sitting on the card in the instructions. So we'll take a look at the card. We got a nice 3D rendering of Spindrift right there. Then of course the same bio. We got some stats. It's like weak in one area, I'm not sure what that is. And then of course we have the instruction booklet, nice 3D rendering of him in robot mode, and the instructions showing our accessories, showing how to transform. They look out pretty. This is transformation, it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So there we go for that, and that's all for the opening. And let's get a good look at Spindrift. And yeah, this is really neat. Now I got this one. I got this from Nick the Toy Guy. My first Nick the Toy Guy purchase many moons ago. He had a sale on this guy, and I got it from him. Huge thanks to Nick the Toy Guy. I know he serves a lot of other more prestigious reviewers than myself. So again, he got this out to me, and this is really cool. Got this a few years ago myself. So again, really first thing you notice is the weight. Again, for such a mini bot, he has a nice hefty chunk of weight to him. He's a pudgy funster. I can see he's got the nice belly right there. That's the top of the hovercraft. Of course, the nice tubular arms, done in a very nice blue. Actually, I really like this has very muted colors, and I actually quite like it because everything just kind of pops. The yellow really pops, the blue really pops, the white kind of pops. It's really good. He does a good job. Got a little bit of dust on him on the shoulder. They got some transparent plastic on his toes, which will become the cockpit of the hovercraft. Nice yellow legs. Again, you can see some of the metal in there. Looking really good. Again, no screw holes from the front. In fact, the sides of the legs look really clean. You can see everything will just looking nice and flat. Looks really good from the side. You know, looking good. He's got some spinning rotors right here. Then, of course, again, the back, you got some screw holes right here and a little bit of the steel ratchet. Again, it's insane how much steel is used in this guy, or metal. It's really nice. And then of course the back, all nice and clean as we've come to expect from Fans Toys. Just really all around, you know, Fans Toys just knows how to kill it with these mini bots, especially the ones I don't care about, just making it really worth having an action figure of that character. So again, really good looking. Move on to his articulation. As I stated before, his little propellers on his back can move very freely. His head does rotate. It's on a little hinge. He can look up just a smidge. He can look down, or basically straight on. The arms do rotate all the way around. They go up, everything on a friction. They can go up quite far. It does rotate at the elbow. He does have a wrist rotation, and he does have the hands on a single hinge for the 4 fingers. He does swivel at the waist. He does have a little crotch plate here that goes up and down, and that's about it. And then of course you can bring it up, and he can do a mini fusion kick up like just like that. He can do a fusion back here, a nice clickety clackety ratchet just like that. He goes all the way out to the side, almost the full splits, and then on a nice ratchet he can get you just over 90 at the knee. Look at that. He does have a thigh swivel, and then he can get you down, going down on a toe tilt, and then he can get you a little rocker at the the foot. So there we go for that. And again, very versatile little dude. Real quick, did want to point out these are from the repro labels are from Zhangzhou, so those do not come on third-party figures. So there you go. And as for his accessories, he does have a couple of those. He comes with dual blasters. I did not know that Seaspray was a dual wielding boy, and they are done in a very similar style to Outriders. And you can see they got the little cache or whatever here, this little piece, and then of course they have a nice venting detail, and that they're very G1 void of detail. They do tab into the hands. They got 2 tabs on the handle, and you can just open the hands right from the side there and just put this in, and they do fit quite snugly. And yeah, he will be good to go, and you can fit the other one just the same way. And then of course he does come with an alternate head, and I'm not sure if this is the toy head or or something else from the tune, but it does have a pretty much flat gray visor, and then of course has the vents on the mask area. And how that works is you have a screw in here. You just got to loosen that screw. You'll loosen the screw on this head, and then you just split this head apart and you can put it on. And I'm not going to do it on camera to save time, but I will show you what it looks like in just a second here. And there he is with the alternate head on, so you can see what that looks like. And it should be noted that the faces are a separate piece, so if you do, there's very subtle differences in the helmet itself, but if you do like this face sitting in this helmet, you can most definitely do that. Fans Toys has you covered. And for a little quick comparison, let's get him in there with a couple of his other Fans Toys mini brethren, Rig and Hunk. There we go. And then, of course, let's bring in some Takara bots. We'll bring in the Big Boss Optimus MP-44, and then we'll bring MP-39 Sunstreaker in, so you can see how that works out. And he fits right in with his Autobot comrades, looking very good. That is actually a really impressive color palette indeed. So let's get our chubby funster transforming up into vehicle mode, and overall this is a pretty fun and enjoyable transformation. So let's get right down to it. First thing what we're going to do is we're going to take the little arm piece right here. We are going to open this panel up like this. We're going to fold this panel around, then we're going to close this up just like this. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to rotate at the elbow. We're just going to put it against the arm. We can kind of leave this out. It's going to be the same thing on the other side, but first we're going to do a foot real quick, and you want to just kind of make sure his legs are straightened out, and you're just going to move this piece down and around. It's on a nice steel ball joint, and then you could take out his little front piece right here, and you could flip out this piece just like this, and this is going to double hinge just like this. You got a little tab right here. It's going to go into a hole right here. You just kind of put that just like that, and you can see that's going to form the front of the hovercraft. And then you could rotate this into position, and you're going to notice you have a hole here and a hole here, and you got tabs on this bottom piece, and you're just going to tab it right in on the bottom just like that. And then what you can do is you can rotate this all the way up just like this. So you want this kind of going on right up top, and you can kind of leave the leg just like this. It's going to be the same thing on this side. I'm going to do it off camera. So the next thing we're going to do is you can see that the feet have a tab here and they have a slot right here, and you're just going to tab the feet together, and that's going to form the bow of our hovercraft. And there we go, just like that. And next up, what we want to do is we can open up this belly area right here, and that's going to give us a little more space. And then next up, we can kind of lift up on these panels here, just because they're on a double hinge. And what you can do after that is you can pull up on his belly, and it's going to kind of come out just like this. You'll see you have a rotating piece, and next up on his back you see you have a tab back here, and you're just going to untab this whole back section. You can kind of double hinge this out and rotate it all the way around, and then you can see it's got the clearance. You can close up his belly again just like that, nice and flush. And now what we can do is you can bring down this piece right here. It's going to tab in right here over this piece. There you go. And next up, what you can do is you have these pieces right there. They have a little tab, and you have a little slot connection right here. And all you're going to do is you're going to bring it down, and you're just going to tab it right in. It's kind of tricky, but this one seems to go in the first time pretty well. And then this one also, we got to get in there. And there we go for that. And next what we can do if you want is you can rotate this out. You can also bring out these two flaps in here. There's another one kind of deep inside there, and there it goes. And then also you can rotate it around. If you don't have an Autobot symbol here, it's not going to make a difference, but for those of you that do, since this Autobot symbol is not here in alt mode, they gave you the opportunity to flip it around. And I might need a tool for this. I will definitely need a tool for this. All right, and there we go. So we're getting down to the wire here. So first off, you notice you have a tab right here. It's going to go into a slot right over here. Also, you have a slot right here, and that is for this piece right here. So let's bring it in, and you're just going to kind of tab the arm in. That will lock the arm, and then you can kind of close up and connect the toe or the piece from the toe into here. And then you notice you have two slots right here, and then you have two tabs, and this is just going to kind of connect together. Just like that. So there you go. And it's going to be the same thing on this side. I'm going to do it off camera. And lastly but not least, you're going to bring this down, and you see you got a tab right here. It's going to tab on right onto here. Oh, don't bring that down just like that. And there you go, like that. And then you're going to bring this down on here, bring this down on here. And for the final step, you want to open up this panel here. You're going to flip it over like that. And then you could bring up his head just around this hinge right back here. And you're just going to bring it up just like that. So this lines up flush. And like magic, there we have FT-45 Spindrift, aka Seaspray, in his hovercraft mode. So there he is in vehicle mode, and he has a nifty little hovercraft. You can see the blue just kind of flows all over on this guy. And if we take a look from behind, it's basically him laying down and covered up in a blanket pretty much. You can see the front end again. You got that transparent plastic that was his feet. A little bit panely, but overall I like the nice subtle details. Love the fans here on the top. And then of course he has like kind of the windows molded in for the back kind of observation deck. You got his fins on back here in the nice yellowness. Little head kind of just peeking right in back there, but no trouble at all. And overall, yeah, just a pretty decent alt mode. I mean, G1 kind of void of extra detail, but still pretty decent overall. He does have wheels as well, and that does mean he can roll very smoothly, I might add, just like a hovercraft. And of course, he can also store his weapons in vehicle mode. You can open up these back areas right here, and you're just gonna slip the guns inside, and you just close it in. It's not like really a snug fit at all, just kind of holds them in place, and that looks ridiculous as ever. He can also store them up front. I'm not going to do this on camera because it'll probably take forever, but he can do. You just have to open up this hatch right here. I'll show you what it looks like in just another second right here, and we'll get to that very shortly. And here you go. You only get one, because that was a pain in the butt. And it's even more of a pain in the butt to close, and you will probably mangle some plastic or whatnot. So just be very careful if you do it like this. Again, in either way, you know how I feel about most gun storage in vehicle mode. It just kind of looks all relatively ridiculous, even though this is somewhat subtle. And for a quick comparison, there he is next to our eternal form of measurement, Mr. MP18 Streak, and you can see how that looks on. Obviously, very not to scale. I don't know of any hovercrafts. Well, I mean, no hovercraft that looks like this. That's pretty much this size. So, but either way, we don't have any other boats to compare to. Nobody will make a masterpiece broadside just yet. So there we go, next to Streak for comparison. So let's summarize, and there we have it for the Fans Toys FT-45 Spindrift 2.0, their second attempt at a masterpiece Autobot Seaspray. And what else is there to say? I say this time and again, Fans Toys absolutely kills it with these mini-bots. They know how to take a character I care absolutely nothing about and make an action figure I absolutely love. Really nice solid weight. He's got a lot of nice solid hardware. Love the metal in the legs. Beautifully painted, nice vibrant colors. It absolutely pops. He's fun to pose, fun to play with, and the transformation is simple and enjoyable, and we need those every now and again, especially in the masterpiece segment. No, absolute home run for Fans Toys. And again, if you are looking for a Seaspray to add to your masterpiece collection, or if you are like myself and you don't really care about this character, it's a completion buy, well, guess what? Typically this character is pretty much on disc. I believe he's still in stock at most places. I will have to double check. But anyway, I did pick this up from Nick the Toy Guy. You can probably find him on social media. I'm not sure if he has a site. It's been a while since I've spoken to him. But of course, you can also check out the Chosen Prime or Big Bad Toy Store. I'll put a link to one of those in the description below, wherever I find this guy at. Definitely, if you are in the market of one, I highly recommend picking him up. And that being said, that is going to conclude this review. If you found this review fun and enjoyable, consider hitting that like button down below. Also, consider subscribing to my channel if you are not already subscribed. Thank you so much to those of you that are. By the way, I'm on TikTok now. I'm going to be starting something called Quick Talk Reviews from FC Finch, and it'll try and be a little 3-minute review of this guy. If you've seen this, you really don't need to see anything there. It's just going to be a short 3-minute. But if you can find me on TikTok, definitely hit me up, give me a subscribe there, and or just stay here because that's kind of to advertise for this channel. And that being said, I have been FC Finch. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.